You ever had a hunch? That deep, kind of unexplainable feeling that just guides you toward a decision? That sense of knowing something without really knowing how you know it? We call it a gut feeling, right? Well, what if I told you that phrase is way more literal than you think? What if that feeling is actually a hidden conversation happening inside your body right this second? But here's the real kicker, the question we're all here to figure out. How do you know if that gut feeling is genuine wisdom or if it's just your anxiety wearing a disguise? The science that helps us tell them apart is absolutely fascinating, and it all starts with a feeling every single one of us has experienced. Okay, let's dive right in. We use phrases like butterflies in my stomach or I'm just gonna go with my gut all the time. Turns out these aren't just cute metaphors, they're actually echoes of a very real, very active biological conversation. Those sensations, they're the clearest signs of what's called the gut-brain axis. And that's just a fancy term for a super complex, nonstop communication network. Your brain and your gut are constantly talking to each other, influencing everything from your digestion to your mood, and yeah, even your memories. Now, what's so cool about this is that one end of this conversation isn't just, a simple organ. Scientists have discovered it's a lot more like a second command center, a whole other brain hiding in plain sight. 100 million. That's a huge number, right? Well, that's how many neurons are embedded in the walls of your gut. This network, it's called the enteric nervous system, or the ENS. It actually has more neurons than your entire spinal cord. It's so complex, and it can operate so independently that it's earned a pretty cool nickname. And listen, this is not an exaggeration, not at all. It's a scientific reality. This second brain in your gut uses the exact same chemical messengers as the one in your head to run its own show. And it produces a shocking amount of them all by itself. Just look at this. About 90%, 90 of your body's serotonin, that's the key chemical for mood, sleep, and happiness, is made in your gut. So are dopamine, which is all about reward and motivation, and GABA, which helps calm you down. Your gut is literally manufacturing the molecules that shape how you feel and think every single day. So, we've got two brains, one in our head, one in our gut. How in the world do they talk to each other from so far apart? Well, they use this incredible main line, an absolute marvel of biology. Let me introduce you to the vagus nerve. It's the longest cranial nerve in your body. The best way to picture it is like a majestic tree. The trunk starts in your brainstem, and its branches reach all the way down, connecting to your vital organs, especially your gut. It's the information superhighway for this whole gut-brain axis. And here is the most wild part. Somewhere between 80 and 90% of the signals traveling along this superhighway, they flow from the gut up to the brain, not the other way around. So your gut isn't just sitting there waiting for orders. It's constantly sending intelligence reports upstairs. Okay, so what does this all mean? This massive, nonstop stream of data coming from your gut about everything from your nutrient levels to your immune system, it allows your brain to do something pretty extraordinary. It allows you to know things without consciously knowing how you know them. This right here is the science of intuition. It's not magic, it's biology. It's just your brain's incredible high-speed ability to recognize patterns subconsciously. It's processing all those signals from your gut and matching them against a lifetime of experiences, and it's all happening way faster than you can consciously think. And the result? That's that feeling of a calm knowing. When a situation you're in matches a positive subconscious pattern, your body gets a sense of ease, or what some people call expansion. That's just your brain taking in those gut signals and telling you, hey, this feels right. But, and this is a huge but, this same beautiful, elegant system, the same communication highway, it can get hijacked. The signals can get all messed up by a very, very convincing imposter, anxiety. You see, at its core, anxiety is a disorder of prediction. It's your brain's threat detection system just stuck in overdrive. It starts seeing danger where there's only uncertainty, and it floods that gut-brain highway with false alarms that feel incredibly real. And that creates those feelings of urgency, tension, and heaviness. So here's the crucial difference. A healthy intuition, that's a top-down process. The thinking part of your brain, the prefrontal cortex, calmly processes the gut signals. But anxiety? That's a bottom-up hijacking. The fear center of your brain, the amygdala, just overrides everything and screams, danger!
Understanding this difference is what separates useful information from just, well, physiological noise.
So, in the heat of the moment, when your heart is pounding and your stomach is in knots, how are you supposed to tell the difference? Well, lucky for us, neuroscience gives us a pretty clear framework. Think of it as a simple checklist to help you translate your body's signals the right way. Let's just break this down. True intuition feels like a calm knowing, a sense of openness or expansion. Anxiety, on the other hand, feels urgent, heavy, tense. And behind the scenes, intuition is coming from your whole brain working together to process real patterns, while anxiety is just that fear center going haywire based on old fears and worst-case scenarios. And here's the really practical part, how you can use this in your life. The next time you get a strong gut feeling, just do this. First, pause. Just for 60 seconds, take a few deep breaths. Second, notice. Do a quick scan of your body. Does the feeling feel expansive, or does it feel tight and tense? And finally, identify. Is the message a calm, quiet knowing, or is it a frantic, loud urgency? Here's the bottom line. Your gut is always sending information to your brain. It's a constant, vital conversation about your inner world. So the question isn't whether it's speaking, it is. The real question is, are you learning how to translate its language? Because really, mastering that skill could change the way you make every single decision for the rest of your life.